Coronation Street to expose the truth about Ben's father in Maggie twist. Coronation Street's Ben Driscoll discovers that his childhood was built on a lie next week, when Maggie drops a bombshell over his biological father. But will she admit that the late Jim McDonald is his dad? The drama kicks off at the Rovers when Ben experiences a nasty dizzy spell, which leaves Maggie desperate to call an ambulance. However, Ben insists that his mum should come clean about his dad instead. Backed into a corner, Maggie realizes she has no choice but to spill her decades-old secret. Maggie finally confesses to Ben that Alan isn't his father, confirms our Coronation Street spy. She gives in because Ben is clearly still fixated on a recent conversation of theirs, in which Maggie triggered his suspicions about Alan, who died in the early 90s. It's obvious that Ben isn't going to drop it, so Maggie explains to her son that he was the result of an affair, but refuses to be drawn on the identity of the man she met all those years ago. Afterwards, Steve calls at the pub and shares that he's left his daughter Amy alone with Ben's son Ollie at number 1. As Maggie reacts in a shocking way, concerned about the cousins getting too close, will she blurt out that Ben is Jim McDonald's son? Later in the week, Ben perches at the bistro bar while he tries to get his head around the fact that Alan wasn't his biological father. Ben is going through so much pain, explains our source. The look on his face while he's sitting at the bistro is upsetting enough, but just wait until you see him back at home looking at a photo of him as a child with Alan. Luckily, Eva is on hand to promise Ben that Alan loved him as his own. Moments later, Maggie enters the room, prompting Ben to declare that he wants nothing to do with her. True to form, Maggie snaps back at Ben with a hurtful comment. Ben is already in a bad place, and Maggie has the audacity to pour salt into the wound, continues our insider. You'd think that a mother would offer her sympathies in a situation as difficult as this, but that's Maggie for you. Hopefully she doesn't react in the same way when Will finds out that he's the last of the family to be brought in on the secret. Will Maggie ever disclose that Jim McDonald is the mystery man who fathered Ben? Or will she keep her son in the dark to protect herself?